Last week, Ford Motor Company announced a massive layoff. But what are the details? This video continues our coverage of this extraordinary development at Ford Motor Company. What does this mean for Ford? What does this mean for the United Auto Workers? What does this mean for the automotive industry? What does this mean for the US economy? And what does this mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into that, please hit the like button. Please leave us a comment below, we would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Based on informal reports from Ford employees, 6,000 white-collar workers will be affected. About 3,000 of those workers are eligible for retirement. 2,000 of them are contractors. Ford is determined to make the transition from gas-powered cars to electric vehicles. The transition is just getting started, but the process is well underway. The transition to electric vehicles requires cost reductions within the internal combustion division of Ford. Ford CEO Jim Farley said that Ford has too many employees. But, the details of the workforce reduction are now just starting to surface. The employee buyout plan will include 9 months of severance pay. Ford CEO Jim Farley released a video message to Ford employees discussing the buyouts. Farley said, Ford intends to reduce its structural costs in the future. Electric vehicles are far less complex than gas-powered cars. This is primarily because the electrical system is much simpler than an internal combustion engine. This simplicity applies to both design and manufacturing. In electric vehicles, the complexity is mainly in the battery, which Ford plans to outsource. Ford plans to spend $50 billion over the next 5 years to produce at least 2 million electric vehicles every year for the next 5 years. For years now, legacy automakers have been in an emerging rivalry with electric vehicle leader Tesla. The market capitalization of Tesla reached $1 trillion earlier this year. That is more than 10 times the market capitalization of Ford. And, it is more than 5 times the combined market capitalization of Ford and General Motors combined. Desperate times call for desperate measures. And, job cuts are what this means for Ford. But Ford does not have all of the people it needs for the transition to electric vehicles and software. So, the job cuts will likely be followed by an effort to hire employees to design and build electric cars. Most of the job cuts will be in the United States, Canada, and India. Building the Ford of the future requires reshaping all elements of the business, said Chairman Bill Ford. The competitive landscape of the automotive business requires Ford to redeploy its assets. Ford will also make changes to its pricing structure to be competitive in the car business. This headcount reduction comes amid fears of a recession in the United States. And, as inflation is at a 40-year high, cars have been getting progressively more expensive in the past 20 years. The combination of higher prices, economic recession, and climate change are creating a sense of urgency for Ford. Ford started notifying people of the cuts on Monday. As part of the restructuring, Ford will separate its electric car business from its internal combustion car business. There are opportunities to be more efficient and more effective in all the business units and all the functions that support them, said Chairman Bill Ford. Ford currently employs approximately 31,000 salaried people in North America. And Ford has 186,769 personnel globally. Almost half of Ford's employees are in the United States. Like Tesla, Ford plans to generate extra sales via offerings that rely upon virtual software program and connectivity. Still, Ford remains successful and profitable in the gas-powered vehicle market. This is largely due to strong sales of its F-150 line of pickup trucks. Ford has separately accounted for its operations into electric-powered, combustion engine and business automobile operations for the past year. Rival General Motors announced 14,000 job cuts in 2018 to focus on electric vehicles and software. This announcement comes as Ford, General Motors, and Stellantis start negotiations with the United Auto Workers Union. The union represents the Detroit automakers' manufacturing personnel in the United States. Union leaders are facing the reality that fewer production jobs are needed for electric vehicles. Electric vehicle production jobs also extend to non-union battery factories. What do you think? Please leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please hit the like button. Please subscribe, hit the bell icon so that you are notified of upcoming videos when they are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.